Start of the preliminary final here at Football Park in front of a brilliant crowd. And West Adelaide with the first possession. They immediately go forward. Long kick up to right half forward. Good defensive mark taken by McCarty. And he's done some good things so far this season. And McCarty clears. He kicks to the centre wing position in front of the members. Opportunity there for Gribble. Pulled off the football. Heath is doing some body work. Simpson there as well. And the umpire will come across and ball it up.
And Mark, South Adelaide making many changes in positions. Brockhurst at full back, Steckel at full forward, and McIntyre at centre half forward.
And the Bloods attacking the southern end. Mark to Fitzsimmons was paid at half forward. Shane Fitzsimmons, opportunist half forward. Very effective in the elimination final. The foot pass to the pocket. Modra, 2 bites but no mark. Good umpiring.
Well, Brockhurst has gone on to Modra, obviously, to have the pace to combat his fast leading. That looks like a good move on behalf of coach John Reid.
Picked up another move. Simpson looks to be shadowing Nayley early. Ruck work done by Grummett. In the path here of Fitzsimmons. Tucked away on the angle. Support from Patterson. Snapshot. Modra. Good body work opposed there to Brockhurst. But it rolls out of play. Left full forward pocket. No score on the board after 2 minutes of play. And West Adelaide attacking the golf course end in the first turn.
And conditions are absolutely perfect for football. Just the slightest of breeze to the south.
Throw in left forward pocket. Barts cleverly. Patterson needs a bit of room. Gets it. Fitzsimmons dodging and weaving about 50 metres out. Short kick into the square. And it's punched through for a behind. So the first score in the prelim final goes to West Adelaide. They're one behind. South yet to score.
The surprise, of course, Darryl Hewitt back into the side. Cox drops out. And Bennett, their skipper, is on the field.
Andrew Brockhurst, who's been tried an attack this year for South. Out wide. Picks out the ruckman and Heath. It'll be a good battle between Heath and Barch, who started in the ruck. Long kick to the outer side centre wing. Here's Mark Bickley, bobbing and weaving. Lost the football. McIntyre gathers. Long kick to half forward now. There's some heavy body work. Schmidt got rid of Lindner, who was undoubtedly West's best last week. And he started in defence, and Darryl, with Geelong, he played many good games in defence.
Well, he's a real superstar when he's playing well. He loves to rebound. Last week, those long torpedoes put the Blood and Tars into attack.
So the Prez gets plenty of distance with that. We saw him do that last week. Not only was he one of West Adelaide's best, but he got a lot of distance with his kicks. Play on centre wing on the far side. Nayley a quick one. Not effective, though. Winton, big centre half back. He's got McIntyre today in the early part anyway. Fitzsimmons from behind, McCarty in front. It'll be an interesting duel. McCarty already had a couple of touches. Patterson likewise. Fitzsimmons as well. Squaring the football, looking for Modern. No, won't get anywhere near here, man. This is Gribble, about 45 metres out. Slight angle. Kicking to the southern end. West Adelaide are behind. South yet to score. Gribble taking plenty of time. Modra makes a lead. It's ignored. Andrew Gribble. It's plenty of distance with that. The accuracy is A1. Straight through the middle. And West Adelaide are 1-1. South yet to score.
A settling goal for the West Adelaide forwards. The ball centred beautifully. Andrew Gribble just dropping back. Eyed the ball over the shoulder. And then settled back for the kick. Steady, accurate. As we saw in the AFL final. Always a lot of nerves early in the game. Takes 5-10 minutes for the players to settle.
And certainly a trademark of the Bloods in the final series, the way they start. A brilliant start in the elimination. Out of the pack, into attack for South. Mark spilled by Blythe. Needs support. Looks to the grandstand side. Foot pass accurate. And it finds Andrew Gribble. Defensive side of centre. Second kick for Gribble. And he picks out his skipper and Leon Grosso. Plenty of finals experience. He was in the 83 winning final for West Adelaide. Big fly by Modra at half forward. Skirting the pack. Chance here for Patterson. Left foot snap by Patterson. Around the body. One behind.
A chance, begging. Paul Patterson, a chance to break clear. Non-preferred leg. Just snapping a bit too acutely. But West looking dangerous.
1-2 West. South Adelaide yet to score. Early part of the prelim final. Bennett sweeps the hand pass out wide. Brockhurst from half-back. It's about 40 metres with that kick. It goes very wide to the far side. Winton over there, so too Page and Schumann. And it beats all of those players out of bounds. At right half forward for South.
South Adelaide's leading was poor. The flankers led to the centre Brockhurst running wide could only go to the line.
Almost 5 minutes. First quarter. Micken and Heath. Micken with experience. Heath gets a second jab at it. Schumann working hard in defence. Now Banfield, who's had a very good final series. Long kick. Outstorms Modra. And that was good football.
That's the way Westies play when they're so confident. They've got the game on the run. South would well want to get a goal early to settle their confidence.
4-1 last week, 8-1 against Port Adelaide the week before. And Modra, well, he's confident from here. He's going to kick from about 50. He'd be 60 out at the moment. 1-2 to no score. West Adelaide lead. Modra's kick on its way. Looks pretty good here, although no, in the last moment it just veers to the left. Got the distance okay, the accuracy wasn't there. 1-3 to no score, West Adelaide lead.
Behind the play, Schumann in a little bit of trouble, but now picking up Schmidt.
Bloods by 9 points. Grummett, good depth with a kick to the far side. Chance here for Badhams, beautifully spinning out of trouble, Matthew Badhams, from the point of the square. He goes long to centre half forward, Lindner up high. Chance here for McIntyre. Loose ball there for the taking. Schmidt did that well. Courageous stuff to fall forward. Outstorms Steckel. Hand pass, searching for a teammate. Bounce was cruel for Blythe. In defence is Goss. Steckel pinned back in the tackle. Great tackle applied by Glenn Goss, holding the ball.
If there's one characteristic that West Adelaide have got, it's their pace, and they use it so quickly.
He's got a player loose in Carlson. Sweeping hand pass sets up Winton, who has to stop and prop, then goes inboard to Carlson. The blood stream through centre. Long kick. Modra on the lead. He'll fly against two. Skirting the pack is Philip Morris, the youngster. Steadies 30 metres out and puts it through. Great goal there by Philip Morris. West stream ahead. 2-3 to no score after 7 minutes first term.
A promising attack by South. An error. And then the movement through the lines by West Adelaide, and Philip Morris across the left shoulder slightly, bringing it back accurately. Westies look good. They've had 5 scoring shots. South 0.
Dream start to the Bloods. 15 to no score, 7.5 minutes. First quarter of the prelim final. Back in the centre, Hewitt. Up to half forward, but there's the president. Good mark there by Lindner. Well smothered though. Hewitt. Goss storms out. Nowhere near the footy in the end. Now Lindner again. Got caught. Schumann mopping up well in defence. Had a couple of valuable touches. Kicks to Patterson, who's in front. Whitford with him. Dillon with courage. Balks the hand pass. Eventually goes with a kick out very wide. There's Badhams, one of the youngest players in South Australian football. It's out of bounds on the far side between the half back line and centre wing.
And Marty Dillon, a very important job to play on Mellor. Greg Mellor, perhaps the forward in most form during this season.
Heath, kick around the body, nearly trapped there by Page. Loose ball on the far side. Badhams just sees it over the boundary line. So 2-3-15, 5 scoring shots to none by South. And the Bloods lead by 15 points. Clock approaching the 9-minute mark of this first term. Ruck infringement, picked out to Mark Micken. He plays on quickly. Here's Carlson. Good penetrating kick through half forward. Patterson from behind. 2 bites of the cherry, no mark. Clearing kick to midfield. Nailey. Here's Blythe. The bounce favoured Sean Blythe. Unloads a long kick to full forward. Modra in front. Fisted clear. McCartney lost his footing. Ends up with Grosser. Check side by Leon Grosser. Goal. Well, he did that last week. I'm sure he practices it on the track, Leon Grosser, the skipper. West moved to 3-3. South yet to score.
The danger man of their forward line, always in front. Brockhurst fisted it away intelligently. The bounce favoured Leon. Snapped his second kick accurately. That check side made famous by Leon Grosser.
So 21 to no score. West Adelaide lead 3-3. 9.5 minutes. It's a dream start to the Bloods. South Adelaide yet to open their account. McIntyre attempting to break the tackle, not successfully. It comes to the side of the pack. Opportunity for Troy. Now Trevina, little chip pass, looking for someone up forward. Has he got his player? Well, some of the crowd didn't think Steckel had marked that, but he's been paid the mark. He's going to kick from about 50. This is a very important kick. His first one coming up. 27-year-old from Kangaroo Island. From about 55, puts everything into it. It'll fall just short, and it's, well, I know Linda hit the post anyway. According to the umpire, the ball hit the post as well.
It's very close, and certainly the Prez was there. The goal umpire well placed.
So the Blunts by 20 points. Linda to the outer side. Winton in space. This is too much latitude for Brian Winton because he's a very quick centre-half back. Straightens the body, hand pass creative. Simpson on towards Philip Morris from outside 50. The target undoubtedly will be Modra. Barch in front, keeps it in the area. Skirting the pack is Grosser. He's got one, Leon Grosser. Breaks the tackle. Check side. And the mark on the goal square to Brockhurst. That's 50.
Yes, the mark had been paid to Brockhurst prior for over the shoulder. So Laurie Argent will bring him back 50 metres. Settling, but so close for Grosser. That check side, right foot shot. The accuracy is there, that tight Guernsey just breaking clear, able to get the shot.
So Brockhurst at centre half back now. To right half forward, Carlson unattended, unopposed and too easy. As it turned out, his third kick coming up, Darren Carlson. Very good recruit from the Brisbane Bears. Gribble in space, and again too much latitude. For Andrew Gribble, a chance to put this deep into attack. His third mark. The recruit from Geelong. Shorty goes, Barch on the lead, Fister clear. Chance for Trevina in defence, well smothered there by Fitzsimmons. Forcing through again, Shane Fitzsimmons. Bickley bobbing and weaving. In the end to Whitford, clearing kick to the outer side. The mark was spilled there by Carlson, and it jars out of play.
Well, the first 12 minutes, as expected. This is an elimination final. The nerves are there, the errors are being made. But West looking superior at the moment.
West Adelaide 21, South Adelaide 1 point. So there's 20 points the difference. Kapler, long left foot kick. Up to right half forward. Winton getting back and defending very well so far in the early part of this prelim final. Carlson overran it. Badham's a little short one. Now Troy. Got a bit of space this time. Kicks very long. Goss from behind and Steckel in front. Goss does well. The two big defenders for West Adelaide are doing superbly in the early part. His third kick, long one too, up toward left half forward. Now there's an infringement. It's going South Adelaide's way, and it'll go to Whitford.
Michael Whitford, an important role, definitely. Paul Patterson, the shove.
Long kick, his third, towards centre half forward. McIntyre from behind, Winton in front. Bickley, hand pass out very wide. Here's Morris, who came into the side when Kennedy was out. Didn't failed a fitness test. Opportunity now for West Adelaide. Two against one. It was Gribble against Trevina and Bennett. It's out of bounds.
Repeating, the conditions are perfect, the ball bouncing smoothly, and the players confidently attacking it.
14 minutes in the first term. You can see there Trevina and Gribble. Boundary throw in, grandstand centre wing. Good fist from Gribble. Here's Bennett, who had a poor game last week. Bickley, hurried left foot kick, a floating one to half forward. South of the numbers, McIntyre spilt the mark. Good thump forward towards Blythe. Clearing kick under pressure. Spilled off hands to Fitzsimmons. In the path here of Morris. Pause talking between him and Mellor. Greg Mellor around the body to open space. Here's Patterson, left foot snap by Paul Patterson, coming around but not quite enough. And one behind. West moved to 3-4. South one behind. 14 minutes first term.
West, McCarty really has to be alert.
So Brockhurst favours the far side. Looking for Hewitt. Banfield with him. And Hewitt just not happy about that for some reason. Pretty good crowd here, perhaps 15,000. Conditions perfect for football. 3-4-2, one behind. West Adelaide lead by 21 points. Hewitt tackled, brought to the ground. Whitford taking an age to pick up. Eventually gets on with it quickly. High kick. Micken over there with Heath. Carlson. Very good wingman for West Adelaide this year. Kicks to centre half forward. McCarty, who's done so well for South Adelaide in defence. High one. McIntyre. Bit of time and space. Eventually gets his kick into the forward pocket, and here's Page, and he's taken a very good mark. He's too far out to score, I think. Paul Page gets on with it, kicks towards centre half. Oh, what a great mark there taken by Goss, and he'll storm away, and West Adelaide out of trouble.
He's got to play loose and Micken. Outer side centre wing, one bounce. Mark Micken stabs the ball to half forward. Modra, good body work. He's got a yard on Brockhurst, ducks the head. Play on the call. 45 metres out, kick was smothered. In the pocket. Chance there for Dillon. Loose ball, Mellor, covered by Grummett, and it spills wide to McCarty. Clearing kick, but Micken in front should take an easy chest mark.
Well read on the back play by Mark Micken. Danger.
And short he goes, Mellor, but the pass wasn't pinpoint enough. Simpson back towards Grosser. Support inboard from Patterson. West conceding ground. Here's Micken. Now penetrating drop punt to the pocket. Barch from the side. Force the ground. Oh. Here's a chance for Grosser. He's got one. And make that 1-1 for Leon Grosser. The Bloods move to 3-5. South one behind.
Territorial advantage with the red and blacks. 8 scoring shots to 1. They lead by 22 points.
Long kick by Brockhurst. That was a good one. And Kapler's got it. Fitzsimmons stands the mark. Kapler goes long, looking for Schmidt over his head. Now, what's the president done? Lindner has erred there. Push out, Stephen Schmidt. Free kick, centre wing, up to left half forward. No mark down there taken. A lot of players fighting for the football. Eventually the sweeping hand pass comes away. It only goes to Bickley though. Infield to Kapler. 50 metres out. Loves kicking goals, Kapler. Long kick, an awkward one. Stecker was his target, or perhaps even a goal there, but it fell short. Stecker got a hand to it, but it went out of bounds.
Well, the form of Glenn Goss. A great mark, the rebound, and then covering Stecker easily.
In attack for the Panthers, they dearly need a goal here at the 17-minute mark of the first term. In hard was McKinnon, and he's been working his way back into form, Robbie McKinnon.
A very disciplined game so far. Umpires Argent and Harrison just playing the ball game. Players intent on the ball.
At 25 metres out for the Panthers goal. Micken wrestles there with Heath. Loose ball. Chance here for McIntyre. He's got a player running. It's Bickley. Snapshot by Mark Bickley around the body is good. So the first goal for South. The Panthers to 1-1, West 3-5, 18 minutes in the first term.
Mark Bickley has been a very dangerous player around the field. That's fist away. McIntyre eventually following up, took Bickley in the spot. Hand pass a little behind him, but he was agile over his second kick. That one over the left shoulder, right on line. Well played, Mark Bickley.
18.5 minutes first quarter, 3-5 to 1-1. 23-7, and a handy goal by Bickley for South Adelaide. Hewitt, who looks to have the job on Banfield, and presumably he'd wear him like a glove, Darryl.
Well, it's the name of the game. In finals, you always do try to always do exactly what the coach says.
Bounce down, attacking side of centre for South Adelaide. They get a bit of distance with that, 25 metres, but only to Winton. He kicks to the far side. Morris is over there. That was clever against Bennett. Can he pick up? No, he can't. Banfield comes in to assist, and they do it together. And Banfield, who's got his second kick only so far, he's been relatively quiet. McCarty, was he pushed out? Yes, he was. And he'll get the free kick.
Off towards Nailey. Second kick for Mark Nailey to the far side. And the mark out there to McKinnon. Attacking side of centre wing. So the Bloods to go forward once again. His first kick, Robbie McKinnon, to inside 50. Fitzsimmons the fly. Numbers with West Adelaide. At ground level was Simpson. And South appeared just not to be manning up on the on-ball players, Darryl.
May be the case. I've noticed that all the balls are being fisted away. Very few marks taken so far. So it's the men to the full of the ball who will be important.
West by 16 points at centre half forward to centre field. McIntyre with a run of it. Needs support. Good agility by Peter McIntyre. Kick around the body. Tempted fist there was from Kapler. Goss looks to be propping on the leg. But he earned the free kick, Glenn Goss. And he's had a pretty interesting and effective first quarter.
Yes, no ball, just played it in front and won the free.
It's Kevin Morris barking out the instructions. Fourth kick for Goss to half forward Gribble, virtually unattended. Mick it off, Burn on for West Adelaide. And Andrew Gribble coming up for his fourth kick. Barch hasn't got the pace to run there with Grummett. And a good defensive mark to Matt Grummett.
So Grummett goes short. Trevina up from the back pocket. Wants McIntyre. Byrne gets his first touch. Gribble, who's had quite a few. He'll go back to Byrne. No, yes, he does. So Byrne, who's just come onto the field, takes a bit of time and gets on with it. Long kick, looking for the forward down there. That's Modra. Got a hand to it. Kicked off the ground, kept it in play. McIntyre. McCarty, I should say, he's done very well in defence so far. Away from the danger zone. Bennett, South Adelaide skipper. Long kick. They've got a real foot race out here. Lindner did well, showed a lot of experience there. High one to centre wing. No mark taken. Battens attempting the hand pass. He attempted, he got one too high and will get the free kick.
You get the feeling that South have got to do what Hawthorn did. You've got to attack the defence of West Adelaide today. They're playing so confidently.
Matthew Battens, second kick to half forward. Chance here for Trevina. But beautifully stolen by Carlson to half forward. Fitzsimmons crashing the pack. Forcing through was Byrne. That's a very messy tackle by Simon Byrne. Oh. And the free kick to Michael Bennett, the skipper. Redirects to the grandstand side. Run provided by Dillon. Who's away? Shepherd provided by Page was good football. To half forward. Here's McIntyre. You can sense South are lifting. His fourth kick to full forward. Steckel from the side. Chance there for Schumann. A clearing kick to half back. Battens held his ground well. Loose ball there for the taking. Forcing through was Kapler.
Oh.
Schumann's hand pass was smothered. Here's Troy, needs support. Schumann, jars wide. Chance here for Battens, lost his footing. Steckel, 30 metres out, snapped around the body. And we'll wait on the goal umpire, one behind. So South eventually got it forward. They moved to 1-2, West 3-5.
The numbers were always with the Panthers. They were going to get a shot, just kept the pressure on.
So Lindner goes very long, gets about 45, 50 metres, perhaps a little more with that kick. Dillon at the back. Nailey. Bit of time there. Little chip pass. Page. Oh, went straight through his legs. Interesting. Bennett. Mott's up okay. They've got a second chance here, South Adelaide. Bennett with a long one. Lindner and also Schmid, and Schmid has outbodied him.
Superior height and better use of the body. The Prez not quite tall enough, but the play was made by Michael Bennett, playing on the back play, beat the tackle, straightened up and penetrated with the kick.
Second mark to Schmid. His third kick coming up directly in front. Should not miss this. It's 3-5 to 1-2, goes short. Well, I'm not sure of the value of that. But they've got a goal out of it anyway, and the goal will be registered to Steckel. It's 3-5 to 2-2.
Well, quite confident. Now, Michael Bennett broke clear. Notice he had the eyes high, looking for the movement. Spotted Schmid out, one against Lindner, and the kick well placed. Now, we thought that it was a little bit unnecessary, the short pass, but it played off. It's a goal on the ball.
It was ambitious, it came off. Reduced the margin to 9 points. West still hold the lead though. Here's Grosser. Lost the ball. Gribble. Hand pass out wide. The runner is Blythe off the half back line. Good kick to inside 50. Fitzsimmons from the side. Nearly a big mark. Skirting the pack there was Morris. Kick slewed off the side of the boot. Byrne, who's got good pace for a big man. Slung off the ball. Good tackle applied there by Whitford. Morris lost the ball. In defence, South under pressure. Free kick found to Grummett. Centre half back. Here's Troy. Hand pass creative. Bickley, who's played a pretty good first term. Long kick to half forward. Good fist from Steckel. But Schmid fell over at the opportune moment. Spinning out of trouble beautifully is Lindner. Hand pass in front of Goss. In turn out wide. Here's Winton, the long striding Brian Winton. Penetrating kick to half forward. Patterson caught out. McCarty dropped the mark but recovered. Whitford, good fist there from Simpson. Great strength. Matthew Simpson, 30 metres out, and he finds the goal. So West reply. The Bloods move to 4-5. South 2-2.
Yes, on the scoreboard it will be Matthew Simpson's goal, and it certainly was the play. But Paul Patterson, the tackle, and then a beautiful pressure, arm out, good block, gave Simpson plenty of time for his first kick and goal.
4-5 to 2-2. We're into time on now by 30 seconds. It's 29-14. West Adelaide lead. An entertaining first quarter of the prelim final. Carlson, Steckel got a hand to it. Opportunity now for Goss. Byrne. Now Grummett went without it. Byrne ran straight into him. Now Banfield, and he can run into the open goal here, Banfield. Long left foot kick, but he's inaccurate. Had the distance okay, but it's off to the left and through for a behind.
So once again, West Adelaide showing superior pace. Their little men attacking. They've got a rebounding defence, and the 16-point margin reflects that.
So nearly 2 minutes into time on. West a handy lead. Brockhurst to the outer side. Bodyworker enabled Hewitt the easy chest mark. His fourth kick, Daryl Hewitt, to the outer side centre wing. Kapler's arm was pinned back. Here's a chance for Blythe. Rugged customer. Short he goes. He picks out McKinnon on the bounce. Ambitious hand pass to centre field, but clever work by Fitzsimmons. Just Fox for the free kick and earned it. Attacking side of centre. Knocks it out to the grandstand half-forward flank. West Adelaide outnumbered. Here's a chance for Page. Looks for the boundary line, and to touch. Measured the kick perfectly, and a boundary throw-in at right half-forward for the Bloods.
Good pressure from the attacking side. McCarty didn't have quite the height to mark, and then the pressure was on.
In the ruck we have Heath and also Patterson. Over the top is McKinnon. Down towards Grosser. He's got the run of the ball, Leon Grosser. Oh. Finds some space where there's none. And again, another check side. I think they're becoming used to the check side tactics. Brockhurst out of defence to McCarty. Clearing kick straight down the middle. Morris should earn the free kick. Not forthcoming. Here's McKinnon onto Mellor. From 45 metres out, Greg Mellor. Long kick for goal is true. West stream forward. Mellor kicks his first. The Bloods move to 5-6. South 2-2 at the 28-minute mark.
Well, 5 goals in the opening quarter of a preliminary final really does lift the confidence. Bennett tried hard to take McCarty's kick, ran back. Morris had the better position. There was a free, it was paid, but the advantage was paid to McKinnon, and Mellor's third kick yielded a 6-pointer.
Margin out to 22 points again. And Greg Mellor, who's done so well in this final series. 3-3 last week and 6 goals against Port Adelaide. He was in devastating form against the Magpies. Long kick up to centre half forward by West Adelaide. No mark taken back down there. McCarty got it from his skipper Bennett. And then McCarty seeks the safety of the line and gets it. It's Page and Gribble. 5-6 to 2-2.
The first 15 minutes was all West. South fought back. The Red and Blacks looking strong at the end of the term.
West Adelaide by 22 points. We played 4 minutes of time on. Fitzsimmons with a bit of strength. Morris, chance to get a late goal. Long kick by Morris, and it's just offline to the right-hand side. Good effort, though. It's 5-7 to 2-2.
It's going to be catch-up football for the Panthers. Perhaps the slightest of breeze favouring the West Adelaide end. But Westies in the square and from defence are looking awesome.
And they lead by 23 points. Big fly by Mellor, and was he paid the mark? No, said umpire Laurie Argent. In fact, he was. So the chance for Greg Mellor to goal on the siren. A big ask. He'll kick from outside 50. Kick West Adelaide's last goal. They currently lead by 23 points. Entertaining first quarter.
Coach John Reid standing right behind Greg Mellor.
Will he go the talk, Darryl? He may need it. Drop punt. May not have the carry. Didn't quite time it well enough. So the quarter time siren, and West Adelaide 5-7-37 lead South at quarter time, 2-2-14. The Bloods by 23 points, entertaining first quarter of footy. Second term underway in the preliminary final, and it's West leading by 23 points, 5-7 to 2-2. Good bright start by West Adelaide. Miller, hand pass was smothered out of the pack, and a bounce to occur attacking side of centre for the Bloods.
Just looking at Mark Micken, giving West just a slight advantage at the centre bounces.
12 scoring shots to 4. So the Bloods had most of the ball in the first quarter. Here's Gribble. Hand pass along the ground to Banfield. His third kick for Peter Banfield, a right half forward. Dillon was tackled. Loose ball gathered here by Carlson on the outer side. Penetrating kick to full forward. Brockhurst in front. Fister clear. In the pocket is Fitzsimmons. Tap forward. Straight down the throat, though, of Whitford. Clearing kick by Brockhurst to the far side half-back flank. And it's Fister clear out of play on the full. Or, in fact, a boundary throwing.
West Adelaide's little men getting to the ball. Got numbers to the full.
37 to 14. West Adelaide lead. As David said, a very bright start to West Adelaide in the first quarter. Trevina. Simpson comes at him. Trevina gets rid of it quickly. Well, there's Trevina. So that obviously wasn't him who kicked it. Must have been Banners. It was. South Adelaide go forward, up to left half forward, and there's a good mark to Steckel. And he's been paid.
That's the change. Steckel at fullback in previous weeks, now in the forward line, proving a problem.
Played over 150 league games. 60 metres out. Long kick. McIntyre from the side. He's got it. Oh, he had 2 bites at it. Got a chance here. They should kick a goal. Bickley does. Second goal to Bickley, an important one in the early part of this quarter.
Mark Bickley rushes back to centre, confident. McIntyre, oh so close. Second, third grab, then the trip. Wasn't paid. Bickley, a soccer goal, and that'll live the Panthers. They needed to get a score on the board, trailed by 23 points. And that'll be a lifter for them.
And a slight breeze favouring the southern end. The end to which South Adelaide are attacking in the second quarter. The margin pegged back to 17 points. McIntyre in the ruck work. Opposed there to Micken, who wins the tap. Fister clear by Banfield. Here's Patterson with strength. On towards Micken, right foot to inside 50. Fitzsimmons with pace. Pinned back in the tackle there by Dillon. Here's Troy, looking for support. In the end, he kicks long to Nailey, but on the bounce, it's forced out on the far side wing.
Nailey and his shadow then. Mark Nailey finding it hard to pick up easy kicks. Certainly took till the third term last week. Then he had a purple patch.
Well, the move has been made. McIntyre definitely in the ruck. And see what effect he has on the game in the second quarter. Hand pass out of the pack. Chance here for Grosser. Needs support. Schumann off the ground. Rebounded off Kapler. Ends up with Leon Grosser, though. From the standing start. Hurried kick under pressure. Nailey. Good body work opposed there to Simpson. And the mark to the Magarey medalist.
Fifth kick coming up for Nailey. Awkward one. Wouldn't have been happy with that. Steckel. Goss, who's done very well so far. Mellor, perhaps been a little quiet. Winton using his big frame and does that superbly. Excellent work. Fifth kick. Long one too. And Byrne, has he been paid? No, he hasn't. Whitford. Blythe. Close to the boundary line. Keeps it in play very well. Here's Mellor. High kick. Outstorms Modra and almost not quite the mark. Still in play. Very good smother. So West Adelaide still with an opportunity. Holding the, it's against South Adelaide, the free kick. Looks like going Fitzsimmons' way.
Yes, in the back. Beautiful smother off the boot. Takes a long time for the long leg to come up. Brockhurst has controlled Modra well, but the little men have been dangerous.
So the 26-year-old Fitzsimmons tucked away in the right forward pocket. It's 5-7 to 3-2. Fourth kick coming up. Drop punt. And that is a very good kick. Shane Fitzsimmons is spot on there. It's 6-7 to 3-2. West Adelaide increase their lead.
And that was a very dangerous kick. He won the free. McCarty turned back, gave the ball to Grummett. Too slow on the kick, and then the free when he was over the top. A beautiful kick, right forward pocket, splitting the centre.
So every time South Adelaide come at West, they've got an answer. 6-7 to 3-2. Again, a 23-point lead to the Bloods. In the centre, Grosser. But intercepted nicely by Whitford. The runner is McIntyre on the outer side wing. Lost his footing. Hand pass straight to his opposing ruckman and Mickham, but a poor kick through storms Whitford. Tumble punt kick to inside 50. Out the back. Chance here for Bruce Lindner. Good acceleration. And a spin out of trouble, who has taken it like twice, Bruce Lindner.
Just that
momentum.
That touch of arrogance about Bruce Lindner, and he's played that ball perfectly.
Gribble, outer side half-back flank. Clearing kick, searching there for Blythe. Kept his footing well, good balance. On towards Simon Byrne. Left boot penetrating one to inside 50. Now Brockhurst took advantage of Modra slipping over. McCarty clearing kick to the grandstand side. Badham's in front. Into his back was Carlson. Loose ball. Through storms Banfield. Over the top was Nailey. The umpiring letting the play go. Jars wide to Carlson. Long kick. Outstorms Brockhurst. Good fist towards the boundary line. He was met heavily. Good commitment. Through comes Page. Close to the line, and it rolls out of play.
Well, Andrew Brockhurst, eye on the ball, taken down. The confidence, though. Eyes only for the ball. He certainly won that fullback position very well.
So it's on the far side of the ground. Kapler tackled. Here's Gribble. Hand pass to space. Patterson trying to find some space. Sets out a teammate in Byrne. Clearing kick from McCarty. Blythe. Here's Troy storms through, and a throw, said the umpire. So the free kick to Sean Blythe on the outer side wing.
The tackle, one-handed throw, just couldn't break clear.
Long kick by Blythe. Opportunity now for Burns. Simpson, they've got a chance here. Simpson, no, he kicks straight into McCarty. Good work by the defender. Nailey goes in hard. Now, has he given away a free kick? No. Patterson, opportunity for him to pick up. He runs straight into an opposing player. Now Morris, clever. Simpson, left footer, round the body it goes. But Brockhurst was just there waiting for it. Took it easily on the chest. Fourth kick for Brockhurst. Goes out very wide. Kapler was there. Chance now for Page. Had to get on with it quickly. As a result, the accuracy wasn't there. Blythe again. Now Schumann, who's come down a long way from his back pocket. Little short chip pass by Schumann over the head of McKinnon, and South Adelaide will clear.
Long kick. Now the target is Schmid. Two bites, he takes the mark, lays it off to Trevina. The Panthers into attack. Heath, but from the side is Steckel. Good mark by David Steckel. Fake and goal square. South players running back. Which way will the ball bounce? Chance there for Heath, and forced through by Winton. Well, Steckel got on with the job pretty quickly, sensing the players would run to the space. And South moved to 3-3, West 6-7.
Certainly gathered their balance. Steckel eyes only for the ball against Winton.
Gribble, no mark taken. Fitzsimmons tried to kick it away. Bottoms looking for Bickley, not successful. Fitzsimmons on the half-back line. Oh, gee whiz, that was unusual. He went to kick it and missed it completely. Slipped out of his hand. Page, Steckel will have to make a yard, and does. Did that very well.
Just a problem with the angle. The kicks are going wide. Be better if it was set up in the key. So David Steckel will just be able to see between the goalposts.
Has got one. Great shot there. So he hasn't got much to shoot for. Drop punt looks pretty good. He has shredded the needle straight through the middle.
Perfect camera work. Well positioned. The kick right through the centre. And that is a very, very difficult goal. But the error, Fitzsimmons missing or miskicking, and Steckel then set up for the shot. Perfect kick, coming back ever so slightly with the breeze.
Pinpoint accuracy from David Steckel. His 6th kick, and the margin back to 16 points. So South still well and truly in the prelim final. Midfield, hand pass out of the pack from Troy. Here's Blythe, who was pinned back in the tackle by his opposite number 2 and Kapler, who was legged in the free kick. Outer side centre wing, Kapler's lifting his game. His 5th kick coming up to half forward. Goss went early. Chance here for Winton. Storming through is Bickley. Kick around the body was partially smothered. Bickley ends up with a football from outside 50 to the pocket. Winton, and good use of the body. And a fine defensive mark. His 6th kick coming up.
Yes, he's done very well, as we've mentioned. 6-7 to 4 goals 3. Kicks to centre wing, and there's McIntyre against his opposite number.
That's been a plus with McIntyre, more mobile.
McIntyre to Dillon, back to McIntyre. Kicks towards centre half forward. Heath storming out, but he was caught behind. Micken out very wide. Will Fitzsimmons caught. West Adelaide still with the numbers, but not for too long. And South Adelaide got out of that brilliantly. Bennett, little short pass, superb football. Wonderful football by South Adelaide, and Schmidt's got it about 40 metres out.
The pressure off the tackle, first by Nailey, and then by the numbers. And now setting up Stephen Schmidt, who today in the forward line, last week the reserves.
Should get the distance okay. The accuracy could be a problem. We're right behind him. Long kick, well, it had the distance okay, the accuracy not there. It fades to the left. 6-7 to 4-4.
And the changes that South have made seem to be working. Rockhurst perhaps best of field in defence against Modra. Now McIntyre on the ball to try and counter Micken, and that is seemingly working.
Linder knocks it out to the grandstand side. Schmid went very early. Far too early, said umpire Harrison. And the free kick to Glenn Goss.
High, wide and handsome.
7th kick. He's pressing from best on ground so far, Glenn Goss. In defence, Patterson up high, but superior judgment shown by Whitford, who may have caught one in the eye region. Clearing kick to half forward. Schmid from behind. He bodied out Glenn Goss. He's lifting too, Stephen Schmid. Ahead of centre wing. The target is Steckel. Have the fly, David Steckel. He's paid the mark.
All the changes are working. Schmid is playing well. Steckel from behind timed it perfectly. He's taken his 6th mark.
Well, the experiment with Steckel in defence has been reversed. He's into attack now. 6-7 plays 4-4. His 7th kick coming up. Generally a pretty long kick for goal, David Steckel. It's tight. It's there. His 3rd goal. South storm back. 5-4 plays 6-7 at the 13-minute mark.
Well, we've got to cut that good coaching. Steckel to centre half forward, Schmid into the forward lines, put that ball high, and with one knee on the back of Micken, I believe, and then a perfect kick from 50 metres right through the centre.
So Glenn Goss knows it's all happening here, because Steckel has done pretty well all of a sudden. 43 to 34, 6-7 to 5-4, and South Adelaide are storming back. Gribble, hand pass straight to Bickley, thank you very much. Long kick, Steckel over there again. He's getting a bit of a sniff of the football. Blythe, too slow. Very good tackle. Out wide, the hand pass comes, and Goss. Centre wing, Mellor gets on with it quickly, looking for Gribble. McCarty was with him. McCarty goes in again. He's got the footy. They've got McCarty. Byrne had him. Patterson working hard. Hand pass out wide. Opportunity now for Fitzsimmons. Runs into the open goal and drills it. Well, they needed that. 2 goals to Fitzsimmons. And West Adelaide are 7-7. South of 5-4.
It was a struggling goal. Hard work. Pressure on from Patterson. And Fitzsimmons able to straighten the body. Kept the ball long and low for his 2nd for the term. Pretty important goals with South on the run.
Shane Fitzsimmons, value for touches, 7-7 plays 5-4. Bounce by umpire Argent, centre field. Micken the fist. Ends up with Kapler. Up and under kick. Gains 30 metres. Standing his ground is Troy. South with the numbers off the ground, McIntyre. Backing his judgment is Lindner, but he's left his opponent behind. And he pins Trevina in the tackle. But the umpire said the ball was held to him. There's John Reid. He looked pretty calm at quarter time. Wasn't the best of starts by South. Kept his composure. Micken. Snared there by Naily. Left foot kick to half forward. Cruel bounce there for Goss. Through Storm Simpson. But the free kick picked out to West Adelaide. Looks like Glenn Goss, who's had a giant of a game so far, redirects to centre field. Here's Fitzsimmons, who's got some toe. Shane Fitzsimmons, 2 bounces. Shield provided there by Winton. Around the body. Chance there for Barch. Or that was Patterson, in fact. Banfield tackle. Here's Burns storming through. Pack develops. Umpiring is pretty free out there. Patterson knocks it forward. Grosser. And he earns the free kick. The umpire said he was legged by McCarty.
Well, I think it was a build-up, David, wasn't it? You called it as being fairly free. West were unlucky earlier, and then another chance for umpire Argent to give a free.
Leon Grosser, who kicked a spectacular check-sided goal in the first quarter. His 8th kick, so he's been busy. 40 metres out. Lays back on the kick. We'll wait on the umpire. 1 behind. So 7-8 West Adelaide, South 5-4.
Westies settling. The initial onslaught from South has been countered. Rockhurst high on the Panthers' best.
Yes, he's done very well, Darryl, hasn't he? Long kick. Great mark to Burn. Gee, we've seen some good marks, and Burns was one of the best. Spectacular leap. And he'll boom this in again. 55 out. Can he make the distance? Awkward kicking style. It's a long one. It won't make the distance. Patterson in front. Grosser! Yes, sirree! 2 goals to Grosser. And what a time to score.
The unusual thing, of course, is that wasn't the check side. Leon used the left boot. Burn, a beautiful mark. Went back, put it high, as Mark said, an ungainly action. And then the off hands. Watch Grosser positioning himself. Patterson almost a take. Grosser, with his 9th kick, snared his 2nd.
Well, that really was superb roving by Leon Grosser. He hit the pack hard. There was no chance for the South defence to react. And his 2nd goal. In defence, McCarty slipped over. Chance for Grummett. Here's Bickley. Hand pass creative to Badhams. From centre field, long kick to inside 50. Heath in front. Out the back, chance for Winton, who's got the pace over Daryl Heath. Bobbing and weaving. Hand pass on the bounce to Simpson. Running out of room, Matthew Simpson. Hurry kick to open space. Grandstand centre wing. Here's the experienced one, Hewitt, and a very good foot pass. Finds Darren Troy. At half forward, a stint with Geelong. Now back with South Adelaide. Looks to centre field. McIntyre. They're going nowhere with this ploy, South Adelaide. Crisscrossing all over the place. Hewitt, knock on intelligent to Kapler. In turn to Badhams. From 50, centering kick. Steckle in front. Can't take the mark. And Winton.
West Adelaide have certainly tightened up. That's the bunker of red and black. Kevin Morris, pretty vocal coach, likes to send the instruction. Rod Riley there, his assistant with him.
And Bob Loveday comes out onto the ground to issue instructions to one of the West Adelaide players. Chance now for Trevina. He snaps. Well, that was reminiscent of Grosser down the other end. And Trevina gets his first. So South Adelaide bounce back. They're 6-4 to 8-8.
Well, there's one conclusion. It's a high standard game. Tight, played fairly. Trevina, courage out of that pack. 5th kick, 1st goal, and that's 4 goals to South for the quarter as they edge back, now trailing by just 16 points.
16 scoring shots to 10. Barch ready to come onto the ground. Maybe the move is on. Micken for Barch. Harrison is the umpire. The bounce centre field. Micken wins the tap. Here's Simon Byrne crashing through the pack. Badhams with courage. Also there is Goss. Hand pass out of the pack. Here's Bennett, the skipper for South Adelaide. Finds some space. Lost the ball though. McKinnon knocks it out wide. Bennett again with courage. On towards Kapler. He kicks to inside 50. Cruel bounce there for Heath. Winton backs his judgment. Pushed off the kick. Schumann needs a sit. Also there's Simpson threading his way through the pack. And he finds a skipper, Grosser. Clearing kick to the outer side centre wing. Was that a free kick? Play on, said the umpire. Dillon. Distance to half forward. Stecker with one hand. Good mark. Plays on quickly. Not much gain by that ploy. Grosser tackled. Well, South are making some cardinal errors out there, and it's forced out of play.
Just an error in judgment from David Steckel. He's taking the marks that'll lift his confidence. Winton or Goss was inside that ball, and the unnecessary hand pass.
16 points in it. West Adelaide still lead. Troy. Schumann away from the danger zone, but for how long? Here's Bennett. Morris. Oh, that bounce was magnificent for Morris. And Morris from about 80 metres out, long one to Modra. Gee, Brockhurst has done very well on him. Dillon, McCarty, and with a bit of controlled haste, McCarty kicks to that outer wing. And Page is over there. They did that pretty well, Darryl, didn't they?
Yes, Page to the boundary. May have been paid the free. The umpiring and the play has been a very high standard.
Boundary throw in attack for West Adelaide across the half-forward line. Grummett does the ruck work. McKinnon opposed there to Page, and it's forced out.
So a pretty even duel in the second term. South now watching Lindner wandering off. Barch is on the boundary waiting. He usually interchanges with Micken at about the 20-minute mark, but Lindner is in trouble.
Well, that's maybe crucial because Lindner's a very mobile defender. Outer side centre wing. Here's Blythe with some space around Page, but too wide with a kick. You can see here the interchange. Lindner off, hog on, and Lindner hobbles off the field. Barch is waiting on for Micken, we presume, to come off. Bickley, hand pass sets up the former Nucky Cup winner Trevina around the body to space. Nailey with great skill. Played on. Well, he didn't sense Simpson bearing down. Fitzsimmons with courage. Nailey takes Fitzsimmons out. Chance for Hogg. First touch. Effective hand pass to Morris. Up towards half forward. He tries to pick out Mellor, but it's a superior judgment by Dillon.
Yes, Dillon's done very well on him so far. Lovely kick too to Bennett. Had to stretch every fibre for that one, but the skipper's got it in the centre square. Fifth kick coming up for Bennett. Wants Steckel or Trevina. Goes for Trevina. Steckel read that superbly. Hand pass to no one in particular. He got into a bit of trouble. Heath. Well, he hasn't got a lot of pace, Heath, but he got out of that tackle okay. And have a look at this defence again of West Adelaide. It's been under a bit of pressure in this quarter, but it has survived so far. Barch came onto the ground, got a hand to it. Hewitt's there with Banfield. And those two have had an interesting duel.
I think that Hewitt has beaten Banfield, a damaging player, second on the McGarry medal. And Mark Micken, as we said, coming off around about the 20-minute mark of each quarter.
56-40. And West Adelaide have been in front for the entirety of this match so far. Hewitt, out of a pack of players, outstorms the defence of West Adelaide. Nice cheeky hand pass from Kapler to Steckel, and he's missed to the right-hand side. Well, that was ominous. 8-8 to 6-5.
The chances coming for the Panthers. Now 11 scoring shots to 16. Still trailing by 3 straight kicks.
Margin 15 points. Here's Brian Winton. Short he goes. And the ruckman down Barch. Came on from Micken, so has to ruck against McIntyre now. Clearing kick. Grummett up high. Couldn't gain the mark. Chance here for Byrne. Arms were pinned back in the tackle. Through storms Nailey. Quick hands to Dillon. To half forward. Now Winton really backs his judgment pretty well. He did that very effectively. Goss, clearing kick to the outer side now. McKinnon has some space. West away. Robbie McKinnon, long kick to half forward. Patterson, big fly. Standing his ground there was Grosser. Hand pass slick. Fitzsimmons. Short pass. Looking for his captain Grosser. He's got 2. Snap. And he's hit the post. Well, he made space, Leon Grosser. West move to 8-9, South 6-5.
Again, Paul Patterson at centre half forward. The sort of slick hand pass to the runners and the pass off to Leon Grusser.
Long kick out, Gribble. Oh, they might have another chance here. Here's Fitzsimmons, who's very dangerous around goal. Gives it back to Gribble, who's in trouble. He was outnumbered there. Tries to keep the ball in the area, but not successfully. A series of hand passes. Troy comes away with it. And the required result has been got. Well, Darryl, it's quite interesting because Patterson hasn't kicked a goal and neither has Modra, yet West Adelaide still lead.
Yes, they're little men and they're half-forward flankers. The goals have been pretty evenly shared around.
Whitford opposed there to Patterson. Whitford won the fist down. Hewitt back into the side after an injury cloud, and he wins the free kick. Darryl Hewitt, 33-year-old veteran. Long kick to half forward. Big fly there by Bickley. The Rover takes a spectacular mark over Barch. David and Goliath, his 8th kick, and Steckel stands his ground.
Getting on top.
Against Goss now at centre half back. Steckel too strong. He's taken a number of marks. In fact, he's taken 8 marks in almost 2 quarters of football.
He's kicked 3 goals. And the chance to narrow the margin once again. His 9th kick coming up from right on 50, David Steckel. It's a poor result. Well, he's getting his hands on the footy, Darryl, but maybe not as effective as he could be.
That's true. Just needs him to get a little bit closer to goals or the players to run off him. We saw him give away a hand pass unnecessarily, perhaps lacking in confidence in the forward line, but an important player in the second term.
Winton, gee, got a lot of distance with that. Goss, the 2 big men working well there. Winton to Goss. And Goss with a long drop punt up towards centre wing. Bennett, easily. Against Morris. Half back. Bennett kicks to right half forward. A lot of players down there. All West Adelaide at the back, though. Hock, who's just come on, sweeps the hand pass out wide. Schumann literally pushed off the footy by Trevina. Wasn't that good. Then beats 2 of them, gets the hand pass away, but it wasn't successful. Goss storms through, it's out of bounds. Well, with sheer strength there, he just barged his way through that pack of players, Darryl.
Puts the palm up, wasn't clenched, had a determined tackle.
Boundary throw-in in attack for the Panthers. Heath does the ruck work, opposed there to Barch. Chance for Troy. Fitzsimmons ducks the head, and he gets the high tackle and the free kick. Shane Fitzsimmons. His 8th kick coming up. He's definitely taken high by Trevina. Sums up the options. Kicks to centre field now. Millor breaks. He should mark. Good composure by the 19-year-old. Pemps off 2 tackles. Up to half forward. Patterson the target. He earned and gave away the free kick. Lost the footing and Whitford away. Up towards half forward. In the path here of Page. Needs to sit Paul Page. Just keeps it in play. No, he doesn't. It's forced out. Outer side half forward flank. West 8-9. South 6-6.
The Panthers just lacking a little bit of luck in this second term. They've got themselves back very much into the game. Not able to finish their work.
Heath and Barch. Barch in front and wins the tap. McCarty, long way down from defence. Schumann gets a fist on it and it's out of bounds. 8-9 to 6-6.
Just one error in Peter McCarty's game. He doesn't really place the ball constructively, rather just bangs it away.
Heath again. Barch fell over. Heath did it easily in the end. Trevina. Bickley. High kick well inside 50. Well done by Winton. Steckel, who's very dangerous. So too is Troy, and he has got it. Oh, great goal by Troy. Steckel did the good work. It's 8-9 to 7-6.
That was a beautiful passage of play. Heath tried hard. Steckel, like a rover, saw Troy, farmed it off, and he snapped accurately just across the left shoulder. His 5th kick, his first goal, and South Adelaide get their 7th.
And suddenly the margin back to single figures. 9 points, 8-9 to 7-6. Approaching half-time, 29 minutes in the second term. Good fist from Barch. McCarty storms through. So the half-time margin in the prelim final, 9 points to West Adelaide. 8-9-57 the Bloods. South 7-6-48.
So one of the most experienced umpires in South Australian football, Laurie Argent, holds the ball in the air to indicate the start of the second half of this prelim final. It's 8-9 to 7-6, and already a free kick has been sorted out, and it's going to Mark Micken. Defensive side of centre. 6 kick by Micken. Gets plenty of distance with that. Modra was the target. Fitzsimmons got caught. Nayley. Cheeky little hand pass to Bennett. Bennett up to half back, but it's all West Adelaide. Blythe from right half forward. Puts in a pass. Page back there. Got a hand to it. Couldn't hang on. Gee, Miller and Dillon collide. Long kick away from the danger zone. Carlson. West Adelaide wingman got caught. Got it again. Attempting the hand pass. Hewitt, who's done so well on Banfield. McCarty, awkward kick. Bennett in the back pocket with a bit of poise. Now Page, half back. Long kick, centre wing on the eastern side of the ground. Bickley's over there, so too McKinnon. And it's out of bounds.
The breeze seemingly across the ground. First half, it seemed to be blowing to the southern end. West with 5 and South with 5 in the first and second term, showing the significance of it.
Out of side centre wing, taken by McIntyre. He pumps it long up towards half forward Steckel. He was dominant in the second term. Bursting his way through is Troy. Around the body now, Steckel, outstretched hands. Mark wasn't paid. He was spoilt by his teammate, Bickley, but he was forced out. The teammate there was Heath. But David Steckel, you can see 13 possessions in the first half. And he really was a focal point, especially in that second term with 3 goals. 2 in that second term. Boundary throw in. The right full forward pocket. Trevina does the ruck work. Picks it out of the air. Shot towards goal offline though. So South moved to 7-7. Edging back. West Adelaide 8-9.
Yes. Trevina, a nice goal in that second term in a similar fashion. Mark is not a fashionable player, but takes the opportunities.
And Steckel in defence for most of the year, Darryl, up forward. An interesting decision by Reid.
Started at full forward today, then to centre half forward with Goss going with him, and now Heath playing at full forward opposed to Goss.
Goss kicks to the far side. Patterson, who's in defence at the moment. Up from the back pocket, the 26-year-old. 5th kick coming up. Kicks to the eastern wing. Byrne in front. Grummett with him. McIntyre pulled off. Whitford. Hand pass to Kapler. Long left foot kick by Kapler. Getting back as Heath. Goss. And he's been paid the mark. Plays on quickly. So away from the danger zone once again goes Goss. It's very close to the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full. So South Adelaide to pump this into attack again.
Matthew Badhams concedes ground but sets up McIntyre. Good penetrating kick to right half forward. Heath and Steckel in front takes the mark.
Well, he used his body very well then, just pushing out Winton. Heath got one across the face from Goss, but Steckel eyes only for the ball.
And his 9th mark, David Steckel. He's booted 2, his 10th kick coming up. So he's been a dominant force on the forward line. Lining up for his 4th, just offline. So South attacking well in this third term. 7-8 to West Adelaide 8-9.
David Steckel just stabbing that kick, didn't follow through like a confident forward. It's probably been the only weakness in his game today, seemingly lack of confidence on the shot.
This is Glenn Goss sizing up the situation, favouring the eastern side. Now he decides to kick with his western half back line. It wasn't one of his better kicks. Schumann's about to run onto the footy. He's bundled out of the way well by Nayley. Page did that superbly. Lovely hand pass to Bennett. Long kick towards centre half forward. The big leaper is Steckel. Read well by Goss. Got to lift his game a little. 13th kick coming up for Goss. It's a beauty too. Gribble. Half back. Taking a bit of time now. He gets 50. So that'll bring him up to left half forward. He'll be too far out to kick. A goal from there, I would think. This is his 6th kick coming up. And it brings him, well, gee whiz, this brings him right up. And I'd have to take those words back, Darryl. He could kick a goal from here.
Seemingly elastic ruler then. Umpire Argent just kept on going.
And he's not selling real estate. So Gribble from 50 metres, long kick. And it's coming back, and he has scored. Well, Gribble gets his second goal, and it's 9-9 to 7-8 from a 50 metre.
Significant goal for the Blood and Tars. Just right on 50 metres. The kick was accurate. Umpire Argent imposing his discipline on this game. It's been a very clean game. The ball's been the objective. And South, who trailed by 9 points at half, can't afford to give the Red and Blacks the advantage.
West out to a 13-point lead. Fitzsimmons centre field on towards Banfield. Great tackle applied by Nailey, who in turn is pinned back in the tackle. Up to half forward for the Panthers. And the mark taken by Dean Schumann. Across half back. Summing up the options. Long he goes. The target is Byrne. Opposed there to Grummett. Out the back in the path here of Carlson. Needs a sit. Has to stop and wait, but he was tackled without the ball. So Darren Carlson from true centre half forward. The lead's coming now. Modra slipped over. Enabled an easy mark in the end to Brockhurst. Sweeping hand pass. Accommodates McCarty on the outer side. Kicks in towards centre field. Bickley, the big fly. Out the back, chance for Micken. Shoveled forward, straight towards Battens, who chips into open space. The lead provided there by Heath. Out the back, Patterson opposed there to Schmid. Heath tackle. In the pocket. Almost a throw. Steckel, he's got 3-5. And he's caught, no, a throw, said the umpire.
He tried to shrug the tackle, big grin on his face there. Winton late, got him, he threw it away. The decision was perfect.
So Goss clears the danger zone, goes very wide through the hands there of McIntyre. Battens again had a couple of valuable touches in the early part of this third quarter. Over the head of Heath. Schmid, Heath's got it. Well, he never ever had a chance there.
Coming across the pack, eyes only for the ball. That takes courage.
Absolutely superb mark. Second big mark. Kept his eye on the footy. I thought it was going to clear his head. Fourth kick coming up for the big ruckman. Drop punt on its way, and he has split the centre. What a play there by Daryl Heath. It's 9-9 to 8-8.
Well, if he doesn't take marks while he's resting in the forward pocket, he is a liability. So maybe Stephen Smith left that ball, had eyes for it, and let Daryl Heath go across the front of the pack. Just don't do those things and live. And yet he's gold.
Well, there's virtually nothing in this football match. 7 points the margin. Can West Adelaide reply? Fitzsimmons onto Banfield. Tackled there by Page. Loose ball, centre field. Nailey doing some tough work at ground level. Was he met or was he? I think the player was Fitzsimmons. Watch out, Mark Nailey. We can see here on replay. And the player storming through, Shane Fitzsimmons. The Magarey medalist, the free kick, defensive side of centre. Up towards left half forward. Troy the target. Good foot pass. The runner is Bennett. He's got an option. The hand pass on towards Kapler. Raking kick by David Kapler to fall forward. Heath from the side. Big pack up. Micken emerges. Hand pass slung out. Chance here for Hewitt. Tackled well by Schumann. The pack develops. Good umpiring. And the bounce inside 50 for South.
Intense tackling. The back pocket player, Schumann. Really quick. Daryl Hewitt looking dangerous. He followed that ball down well.
Geez, Heath nearly took another spectacular one 15 or 20 seconds ago. Inside the attacking 50 for South. McIntyre, Patterson. Now they've just got to clear the zone here. And they look like doing it. Over the top. Fitzsimmons gets rid of the footy pretty quickly. Byrne was his target. McGregor Grummett. Bennett met Byrne very heavily. And Morris comes away with it. Lovely pass. Mellor, yes.
Dillon blocked off. Mellor got clear. Seems that they might be playing a two-prong attack because full forward is definitely being beaten by Brockhurst. So Mellor the target.
6 against Port, 3-3 last week, Greg Mellor. Relatively quiet today. He's got 1 so far. Left foot drop punt from 40 metres. It's a high kick and he's missed to the right-hand side. 9-10 to 8-8. We played 9.5 minutes.
Anyone's game still. 19 scoring shots to 16. West lead in that department.
Brockhurst to the grandstand side. Bennett behind. Spills to Fitzsimmons. Sets up Rosser badly. Play on the call. McCarty clearing kick. Skirting the boundary line. Page in front. Good fist from Blythe. Ball on the ground there for the taking. Schumann storms through. Hand pass creative. Mickett with poise. On towards Gribble. In turn McKinnon. McKinnon runs to 45 metres. Unloads with a long kick to full forward. Barch doubling back. But one behind. So West down to a 9-point lead at the 10-minute mark of the third term.
Good play from Micken. Just the feint. Gave the hand pass out. Kept the movement.
65 to 56. Long kick out. There's a good mark out there taken by McIntyre. Keeps it low. Steckel in front. No mark taken. Carlson gathers nicely. Concedes ground. Goes back to Hogg. Still got possession though, West Adelaide. Out of bounds on that far side. Well, there's Banfield getting up a little gingerly.
Yes, he was under the pack. Went down hard and got up very slowly.
Throw in, left half forward for West Adelaide. McKinnon. McIntyre. Carlson breaks the pack. Has a shot at goal. It's very low. It's offline. Another behind. 9-12 to 8-8.
West Adelaide have lost Lindner. He went off with a bruised hip late in the second term. Had other players down, and just most recently Banfield.
Bloods by 10 points. Here's Page in defence off the left boot to grandstand centre wing Bennett. And he just sweated there on the football. Opposed there to Philip Morris. Ninth kick coming up, Michael Bennett to half forward. Good fist from behind there by Patterson. Ball on the ground. Hogg with courage, but it's out of play. So 9-12 playing 8-8, 12 minutes, third term. And South
That's the
into
face
attack.
that's made the difference. Steckel to centre half forward, and now Heath also.
McIntyre. Bodies out Micken. Through storms Winton. Hand pass effective on towards Fitzsimmons, who kicks around the body. Up and under kick. Burn in front, but good fist from Grummett. So it's just a 10-point ball game in front of the members. You can see there, looks like Bruce Lindner. Well, that's Tony Modra, in fact, who's in the bunker. So he's been quiet today. Banfield tackled beautifully by Page. Advantage paid. Hewitt unloads a long kick to full forward. Patterson, aggressive fist. Ball on the ground. Chance here for Troy. Harassing his Hogg. Good persistence by Darren Troy. And he earned the free kick too. At the point of the square, this could be crucial. Short pass on Kepler, who's got a long raking kick. And he picks out McIntyre, who with the breeze is a big chance from here. Peter McIntyre, 70 senior games, recruited from country Victoria 2 seasons ago. He goes for the torpedo, didn't come off to fall forward. And on the back play is Patterson, must have been touched. Well, he didn't get to first purchase, a rush behind.
Well, there's a rush of blood when that happens. If you don't know it's being touched, you stand your ground, then all of a sudden you're tackled by Smith from behind. It's a nervous moment.
Yes, they could have easily scored a goal out of that, Darryl, couldn't they? So Patterson's got it now. Thought he had it before. Long kick. Micken in front. Almost. Kepler caught in a good tackle. Carlson just hovering over the pack and eventually emerges with it. So he did particularly well there. Lovely foot pass. Oh, what a mark taken by Byrne. Superb mark. A lovely kick. Look at that. Slips catch. Magnificent. Byrne kicks long. Mellor over the top. No mark. And Brockhurst, who has done so very well. Bickley, half back, now runs to the wing. Long drop punt, looking for Heath. Well, gee, that was another good mark in front of Goss. Little short chip pass here. Opportunity for Steckel. Trevina gets the hand pass away, and it is a goal. Stephen Smith kicks a goal, and South Adelaide supporters erupt. It's 9-12 to 9-9, and West Adelaide in front by just 3 points.
They look dangerous the way they bring that ball from defence. Trevina just got under. Smith, not a lot of pace. Got the ball to boot. His first goal. So back from the reserves, playing an important role. But in the centre square, McIntyre neutralises Micken.
So just 3 points in it in the preliminary final. Next use out of the centre will be vital. Bantams a hurried kick. Here's Steckel. Support coming from Hewitt. Long kick by Daryl Hewitt to full forward. Schmid from behind. Chance for Stephen Schmid. Can he get the boot to ball? No, he can't. Well, just 2 points in it now. West 9-12, South 9-10.
Well, we saw Stephen Schmid push. The umpires were in front of the pack. None had the angle. And Stephen Schmid definitely would have been lucky to win that goal.
66-64. Got a game on our hands now. And Goss sizing it up, goes very long, and have a look at that. Kapler on the end of it easily. Long left foot by Kapler, not quite the distance, and Goss has got it again. So it's kick for kick as far as those two are concerned. The 26-year-old, well, he's going to go on that far side again. Bantams this time got a fist to it, or he may just have missed the footy. It's out of bounds. Well, he must have got a hand to it because it'll be thrown in.
West Adelaide superior in the first term. South came back 5-3 in the second, and now 2-1 in the third to make it a real ball game.
16-minute mark of the third term. Loose ball on the far side wing. Here's Bennett. Good experience as Morris lost his footing. He chips to centre field. Grosser opposed there to Kapler. Good fist from Kapler. McCarty pinned back in the tackle. Hewitt, slick hand pass. On towards Trevina. Surging forward South Adelaide. Trevina penetrating kick. Heath in front. Jars wide. Fresh air shot there by Winton. Steckel slung out of the pack with a hand pass. McKinnon, good rebounding work. Runs away, but he's tackled. Fitzsimmons under pressure. Lasso tackle on Shane Fitzsimmons. He had to earn the free kick.
Desperation. And down.
Well, the Adams apple would have taken a tickle on the outer side wing. Mistake by Nailey. In comes Matthew Simpson around the body. Morris with one hand. Harassing is Bennett. Beautifully knocked forward. Blythe. Nice gather. Hurried kick. Barch in space in the pocket. Needs a player running forward. Gets it in the form of Byrne. Here's Gribble. Back towards Simpson. They're under enormous pressure, West Adelaide. In the end, it comes to Brockhurst. The Panthers' grand in defence. A clearing kick to centre field. Troy stood his ground. The runner is McCarty. Kick to open space at left half forward. Foot races on. McKinnon first to it, and he'll clear.
And McKinnon, who knows all about finals footy. Grosser as well. Hit him on the head as it turned out. McCarty's going to clean up again. Second kick in about 10 seconds. Not a good one. Banfield's on the end of it. And Banfield in front of the members on the western wings got possession. He'll bang this into attack. His 7th kick. Long one over the head of Barch. Out storms Mellor. No mark taken. Now the whistle's gone on. The free kick goes West Adelaide's way.
Call to throw. Umpire Argent well placed. Mellor just about took the ball. And Michael Whitford, who was prostrate on the ground, shoveled that ball forward in front of umpire Argent.
Greg Mellor has already kicked 1 goal. He's directly in front. He'll kick from about 40 metres. His 9th kick coming up. And the 19-year-old knows how important this one is. 18.5 minutes, third quarter. It's 9-12 to 9-10. Drop punt, left footer, goal. And did they need that or what?
Greg Mellor's 2nd goal, perhaps a little lucky. The crowd now reacting. The ball went in high. Mellor almost the mark. Came down in the middle of the pack. Whitford did throw it out because umpire Argent was perfectly placed right in front of the fist.
So Greg Mellor with 2 goals and West out to an 8-point lead. 10-12 to 9-10. Mick, an intense look on his face. Opposed to McIntyre. Banfield fisted forward. Needs some space. Simpson knocks it wide to Byrne. Simon Byrne needs a set. Ends up with Kapler. Left. Hand pass effective to Brockhurst. South away, but Schmidt lost his footing. The easiest of marks.
Lots of boot problems, David. You noticed a couple of the West Adelaide players changing their boots during this tour.
Simpson, kick to the outer side wing, good fist from Grummett.
Oh.
Schumann, so did he have good balance on that occasion? Touch on the ground. Chip past the space, finds Grosser, the captain. Leon Grosser, attacking side of centre on the far side. His 12th kick coming up. And is that 50? Well, that's... I'd like to see the replay, because Leon Grosser will now have the shot for goal.
Hanging on, says umpire Harrison.
Relayed free kick.
Greg Mellor now a danger player. 2 goals.
So Greg Mellor, tight on the angle. Distance won't be a problem. His 10th kick coming up. He's booted 2. It looks pretty accurate. 3 for Greg Mellor. And West react very well. 11-12 to South 9-10. 21 minutes in the second half.
Just the game, the balance of the game going towards Westies. Couple of frees, legitimate frees. South Adelaide working so hard and so desperately to bridge the gap. Forced to play catch-up football all day. Now needing their share of luck.
78-64. 14 points, West Adelaide's lead. 21 minutes, third quarter of the prelim final. The winner into the grand final against North Adelaide next week. Steckel, high one. Kapler needs support, gets it from Battens. Awkward kick into the pocket. Nayley runs at it. Awkward bounce for both Nayley and Simpson. Patterson stays in play. Tries to clear the zone. It's a high kick. A lot of West Adelaide players there trying to defend. Troy has a shot and has scored. Well, 2 goals to Troy. And South Adelaide fight back. 11-12 to 10-10.
Darren Troy on the end of that running movement. Perfectly placed. Tap back. 8th kick. On line. Straighten the body. Shows the exhilaration that comes. And that was a critical goal. It's 3 goals apiece in the third term.
Absolutely crucial, that goal. 11-12 to 10-10. Just 8 points in it. Troy again from the centre. Gains 20 metres. Kapler, a strong mark in front, wasn't paid. Around the body with a left boot to half forward. Now Page opposed there to Blythe. Loose ball taken by Patterson. Hand pass was smothered. Page with courage. He was legged. It appeared to be legged anyway. Well, that's what the crowd thought. And a bounce near the point of the square.
They're getting involved. The state of the game, and definitely a leg.
Well, the bounce by umpire Argent across half forward. Simpson does the ruck work in the end. Straight towards Battens. From outside 50 to full forward. In front is Schmid. Chance out the side for McIntyre. Lost the ball. Heath storms through with strength. Goss, equally well done. Knocks it towards the boundary line, and he's laid out flat. In defence is Grosser, over the top to Blythe and turn to Carlson under pressure. Great tackle applied, but he pushed on the back by Bickley. Just the momentum of Mark Bickley gave away the free kick.
Desperation football. Bickley came through hard. Then the chase. Carlson pushed forward. Oh, it was a technical free.
Carlson away from the back pocket. Byrne, the big leaper, comes to the side. Battens, Hewitt, can't pick up. Stretch the arms, not successfully though. Gribble kicks to centre half forward. They're battling down there. Watermark, McCarty, has he been paid? No. Push in the back, he'll get the free kick. Well, he did everything bar mark that. It came off his head, and then he was pushed in the back quite clearly. Modra back on the field. Long kick by McCarty towards centre wing, and there's a fine mark taken by Trevina in the middle of the big pack. Western wing, 11-12 to 10-10. Trevina into the pocket. Schmid was the leaper, couldn't hang on. Simpson, oh, he was laid to rest there, and what another mark, a great mark taken by Trevina. Simpson's okay.
And Mark Bickley, 3 very tenacious tackles.
You can see here the body work by Bickley, effective. Up towards half forward, one-handed attempt there by Carlson, kept his footing well. Winton onto the runner in Banfield. Sits beautifully for Peter Banfield. He's away on the outer side. Awkward kick to half forward. McCarty opposed at him. Fitzsimmons, who took a brilliant mark. Shane Fitzsimmons. 2 bites, and he'll shoot from 50. He's got 2 goals, and this could be the steadier. His 10th kick coming up. Generally a pretty long kick for goal, Shane Fitzsimmons. Times it beautifully, won't have the carry in front. The mark is taken by Modra.
Just on the ground, beaten hands down by Brockhurst for most of the game. Went to the dugout, seemed to change his boots, and a desperate mark.
So Tony Modra has been kicked goalless. The angle apparent. 10 metres out and too narrow.
That sums up his day. He's had a bad day.
11-13 playing 10-10.
He's kicked 2 behinds, Modra. And as Darryl said, it hasn't been one of his best days.
Stephen Smith is off, Gary Cameron is on.
Yes, and speaking at half-time, Darryl, you said that he'd be very handy in the second half of the game. He shows a lot of pace. Some couldn't understand why he was on the... well, that appeared to be a throw. Some couldn't understand why Cameron was on the bench in the first place. No mark taken down there. That's Cameron in the action. Hogg. Hand passed across to Barch. Barch from 50 metres. That kick was laid down by Page. Now Grosser, ducking and weaving. Oh, that was a clever kick. A clever kick by the captain. Gribble. I fear too far out to score. Gets plenty of distance with that. Modra in front, and he's done it again!
Well, now Whitford is opposed to Modra. He was beaten pointlessly by Brockhurst. I wonder why John Reid has not made that change.
Well, he's only kicked 2 behinds, but he's taken 3 big marks, 2 in the last minute or so. And the 22-year-old, well, if he's going to get his confidence back, he must kick this directly in front. On its way, the umpire has a good look at it. Yes, it's a goal. Modra gets his first, and West Adelaide get a bit of breathing space.
And Brockhurst now will go back onto Modra. The kick quickly in. Whitford beaten for positioning. Modra had 2 vice-like grip. 2 hands and a vice-like grip, and then kicked accurately.
That could be a crucial goal in the end wash-up. 15 points the margin now. West 12-13. South 10-10. Tap won by Heath. Hewitt, hurry kick to half forward. Through storms Heath once again. Steckel gains 30 metres. Doubling back is Hogg. Trevina slipped over at the crucial moment. Hand pass slung out of the pack. Kapler met heavily by Fitzsimmons. Gee, the pressure's intense out there. The pack develops, and the umpire across to separate play.
The ground slippery, the rain during the week. Some players obviously wearing rubbers, and it's causing a lot of players to go to ground.
Approaching the 28-minute mark of the 3rd term. Kapler. South need a replying goal. High kick to fall forward. The Panthers have the numbers. Skirting the pack. Out of the pack there was McIntyre. Back there Winton. McKinnon. And just conveniently runs it out of play.
Well, it's been an excellent game of football. The target has always been the ball. The crowd really loving this 3rd term.
West Adelaide 85, South Adelaide 70. 15 points in at McKinnon again. Banfield, who's starting to get some important touches here. Trevina did very well. Kicks to the goal square. Whoa, what a mark there taken by Goss. Superb defence. 14th mark, a superb effort. Out very wide. Now Carlson. With a bit of poise. Short one is on. Patterson. One gets the feeling something big's about to happen. Yes, it did, because Patterson got caught. And it is holding the ball.
Well, if that came off, it would have been a free passage for West. Good tackle. South up towards half forward. Here's Page. Time running out, though. Centering kick, Kapler. He runs onto the left boot. Usually a raking kick. Redirects to the grandstand side. Up high was McKinnon, who had the free kick. So at the 29-minute mark, Robbie McKinnon will clear for West Adelaide. Inside his defensive 50. The grandstand centre wing. Chance here for Gribble. Lovely gather. Short passes on to Grosser. So Leon Grosser ahead of centre wing. Leave provided by Modra. In front of Brockhurst. The move has been made. In support was Gribble. Hand pass a little loose. Taken here by Whitford. The runner is McCarty, who's been grand in his back pocket. Long kick to half forward. In front was Simpson. Ball there for the taking. Through storms Schumann. Spears the pass to half forward. Mellor, outbodied by Dillon. Bennett shovels it forward to Brockhurst, and South clear.
Yes, Brockhurst has done very well today, but the kick that time wasn't so good. Fitzsimmons. Oh, there's a loose man here. It's Morris, who came in for the injured Kennedy. And Morris, about 55 out. The 19-year-old goes short. Over the head of Patterson. Oh, there's a mark. Mellor.
And he's an opportunist half forward. He's kicked his third goal in this term. And ahead of Dillon on the dive with strong fingers.
Well, what a crucial one this will be. It's three-quarter time here. It's 12-13 to 10-10. The 11th kick coming up for Mellor. He's getting back into the game. 45 out, directly in front. Drop punt's on its way, and there it is. 4 goals to Mellor. West Adelaide go into the last break, 13-13. South at 10-10. The margin, 21 points.
The last quarter for one of these two sides in season 1991. And West hold a handy 21-point break as we commence the final term. Nicken the first tap. Through storms Gribble. Important touch there to Quinn, who's on the ground, a half forward. Chance there for McCarty. Looks like he's in attack. Simpson spilt the mark. McKinnon, great rebound. Off towards Morris. Unloads a long kick to half forward. Good fist there. Effective work by Patterson. Back there in defence under pressure was Brockhurst. Modra, the attempted snap. Mellor tackled. He's got 4 goals. Modra. But player's been stopped. A free kick picked out there to Marty Dillon in defence.
They've been excellent in defence. Just that 1 goal to Modra in the third term when he came back on the ground and was opposed to Whitford. Now Whitford's off, Smith's off, and Quinn is on.
Dillon kicks to the eastern half-back line. Cameron, who's come on, did so in the third quarter, started on the bench. There's a good defensive mark taken by Hogg, who started on the bench as well for West Adelaide. From half-back, kicks towards centre half forward. From behind Grummett, Bennett. South Adelaide skipper is caught and out of business. 13-13 to 10-10. The free kick is going West Adelaide's way. It'll be with Simon Byrne attacking side of centre. Drop punt. Gets plenty of distance with that. Patterson's got his eye on this and has got it and should run into the open goal and bangs it through. And is Patterson happy? Almost runs out of the stadium. 14-13 to 10-10.
Paul Patterson's first goal, the kick was high. Patterson set himself. In front of the pack was Modra. Patterson ran his 15. No one between him and goals. And the exhilaration. Up the fence.
Well, it's a cliche, but this really is a test of character for South Adelaide. They trail by 27 points. West, the important first goal in the final term. Up to half forward. Good mark taken by Trevina. In front of Dean Schumann. His 12th kick, Darren Trevina. Searching there for McIntyre in the pocket. In defence is Simpson. Left the football behind. Over the ball was Cameron, and he's caught holding the ball. Well, he had a chance. Umpire Harrison was sweating off on the knockout. Wasn't forthcoming. So Goss clears from defence. He picks out McKinnon, who's lifted in the second half. 11th kick for Robbie McKinnon. Awkward one, trapped beautifully by Gribble. Good skills, off towards Grosser. Short chip pass finds Patterson. West have started better in the final quarter. Centering kick, the target is Modra. Well, he wouldn't have had a better opportunity. Byrne from 50, left foot kick is a goal. What a goal by Simon Byrne. Unpreferred left foot. 15-13 plays 10-10.
West superior as they move the ball. Modra down in confidence. But Byrne just able to get clear, and from 55 metres out, banged it through. A confident player had a shot. West, with 2 quick goals, are in the box seat.
McCarthy off, Whitford back on. 3 3/4 minutes. Last quarter. The winner out for 1991. The loser, I should say, the winner to play North Adelaide next week in the grand final. High kick by Hewitt. Right half forward. A lot of hands went up. No mark taken, though. Battams looking for someone up forward. Long kick. Smith is outnumbered 2-1. Now 3-1. Simpson out of bounds, right forward pocket. 103-70.
I think John Reid's given it his best shot. He's made the position changes pre-match and during the game. He's controlled Modric full forward, controlled Patterson. Good players always eventually get touches.
In attack for South, Hogg close to the line, and it's forced out. Yeah, the right full forward pocket, 15-13 playing 10-10. So that 28 scoring shots to 20 at the 4-minute mark of the final term. Good fist there from Heath. Here's Simpson in defence. Been a good try for West. On towards Carlson. Left foot kick to grandstand centre wing. The doubling back is Grummett. He's got a runner in Bickley. But Grummett more direct. Searches for Hewitt. And the veteran ahead of centre wing. They desperately need a goal, South Adelaide. His 12th kick to right half forward. In front was Troy. Chance here for Bennett. Cameron under pressure. Outnumbered 2-1. Hogg ends up with the ball. Pushed off the kick. Close to the line. And, well, inches perfect. Bounced and is out of play now. So 15-13 to 10-10. We can see a matter of a millimetre. That was out of play on the full. 33
points in it. West Adelaide lead. They've led from the outset. Hewitt. It's a very quick kick. Steckel got his hand to it. Naily a left footer. Round the bend, but not far enough. And it's a behind. Well, ominous signs then, Daryl, but just the 1 point.
Mark Nailey's given it his all today. He's just being controlled by Matthew Simpson, who's done a good job in the checking role, frustrating Mark Nailey.
He's been quiet, Daryl. 14 possessions for Mark Nailey, and his first shot for goal. So 15-13 playing 10-11. West a handy 32-point lead. Goss to the grandstand side. Loose ball gathered by Winton. Flicks it, almost a throw there. McKinnon with strength. Hand pass straight towards Battams. So South a chance from right half forward. Battams into the pocket. Doubling back is Morris. And the youngster takes a safe chest mark. He came in for the injured Kennedy. 11th kick for Philip Morris. And it's forced clear. Out of bounds, grandstand centre wing.
West just too strong, playing defensively and playing efficiently. South needing to bring the ball back through the centre.
Half forward for South Adelaide. Micken wins it. Fitzsimmons just a little high there. He'll receive the free kick.
And Mark Micken, the strong arm, getting that ball down to his rover.
15-13 to 10-11. Fitzsimmons up to left half forward. In front, and a fine mark there, McGregor Grummett. So he'll bang it back into the attacking zone for South yet again. Third kick for Grummett. Trevina stood back and took a chance, and in the meantime, Micken has taken a powerful mark. So back it goes again. This time a short pass is on. Grosser, yes.
They're playing keepings off now, West. They just want ball control.
Leon Grosser. 16th kick coming up. Long one into the pocket. Searching down there for Modra. Nice smother by Brockhurst. Picked up by Byrne. Now the whistle's gone.
Kicked it from outside the line. It will be thrown in. So John Reid's got the challenge now. What changes can he make? The kick. Well, it's the ball's got to be fully over the line, and the boundary umpire was well positioned.
Boundary throw in across half forward for the Bloods. Good fist there from Patterson. Here's a chance for Mellor. Hand pass towards Blythe, but he's offline with a kick for goal. So West moved to 15-14, South 10-11.
So with Westies just maintaining enough of the ball, able to play keepings off.
Brockhurst short. He finds Cameron, and they sorely need his pace in this final quarter, South, if they are to get back into the footy match. Troy, the mark on the far side. So the Panthers work their way out of defence. Foot pass effective, and it finds David Steckel. Outer side centre wing, long kick to left half forward. Out comes Trevina. Darren Trevina, hand pass sets up Nayley, bobbing and weaving. The staccato steps of Mark Nayley, centering kick. Bennett, and Michael Bennett takes the mark. 30 metres out.
Well, they were playing the boundaries. Nayley's experience, he turned it back, found Bennett. He'll kick from 40 metres with the breeze now coming across the body somewhat.
So still time for South Adelaide. 9 minutes in the final term. Barch on there for Schumann. Well, that's Gribble, in fact. So Michael Bennett, 11th kick from 40 metres out, looks direct, and he keeps South Adelaide in touch in the prelim. First goal for Bennett. South move to 11-11. West 15-14.
Bennett, high in their best players, started quietly in the first term, but since that time has been a real good player. He did that the hard way and then kicked nice and neatly. The body on line, the kick right through the centre. 22 scoring shots to 29.
Yes, Darryl, the margin 27 points, 15-14 to 11-11. In South Adelaide, well, they won't lie down. Kapler, they're going forward yet again. High one, Trevina battling with Schumann. Schumann with an aggressive knock. Blythe lost control of it, had it, then lost it. Cameron, Page, can they set something up here? Little chip pass, there's 2 against 1 here, and Steckel's got it. Well, they're not out of this.
The same formula as Mark Nayley. Cameron brought that ball back for Steckel. Now Steckel, who has kicked 3, has several other shots. He's been stubbing the kick. He needs to follow through this ball.
His 11th mark, 45-degree angle.
3-5 mark.
Long kick, pretty good, straight through the middle. South at 12-11, West Adelaide 15-14.
So David Steckel to centre half forward. Gary Cameron off to Paul Page. You saw his eyes light up as he saw David Steckel. Glenn Goss a little late on the scene, and the player who possibly can lift them, centre half forward David Steckel, just needs the accuracy.
So that's 4 goals, 5 now to Steckel. And South really need the next one. 21 points of margin. Force wide of the pack. Chance here for Page. West with the numbers, though. They're running in numbers. Here's Carlson. Outer side centre wing. Pops it up to the pocket. Modra opposed there to Brockhurst. And it's forced out of play.
Leon Grosser, a busy player again. Just happy to see that ball go out.
Both teams have scored 2-1 this term. 15-14 to 12-11 at the 12-minute mark of the final term. In attack for the Bloods. Patterson, good fist from Barch. The pace of Cameron. And he's conceded. No, he hasn't conceded to the behind. A boundary throw in, right full forward pocket.
They need the life that Nayley can give from Gary Cameron. Some quick movement from defence.
104-83. Throw in, just round from the goal square there. Modra. Oh, yes! 2 goals to Modra. He may not have played well all day, but what a time to kick a goal. 16-14 to 12-11.
Just the faint smile on the full forward's face. A take and a snap. Didn't look, just quickly kicked. 5th kick, 2nd goal, and a crucial one.
That was a lightning snapshot from Tony Modra. 16-14 to 12-11. So again, breathing space for the Bloods. McIntyre unopposed. Hooks it back towards Troy. Met heavily. Banfield forces his way through. The runner is Morris. West on the burst ahead of centre wing. Up to half forward. Chance here for Modra. Soccer off the ground. Brockhurst, and it's forced out of play. So 110 plays 83. West in front at the 13-minute mark. And a boundary throw in. Barch in front. Whitford, good body work. Chance here for Banfield. Lightning hand pass finds McKinnon on towards Patterson. Around a teammate. around the body, and Grosser. He would have earned the free kick, gained the mark, and he lays prostrate on the ground.
Mark Bickley attempting to spoil. A little high with the tackle. Leon Grosser pays for his courage.
Could be nasty, this one, Daryl, because he's really knocked his head onto the ground.
Good pressure from South, but Bickley just a little high.
I think you're right, Mark. He really did hit the head on the ground pretty severely.
No call for the stretcher yet, but there's a lot of concern here about the West Adelaide captain. And he is up, so he's conscious at least, and he's very groggy. I don't know whether he can take this kick. The trainer's indicating that he doesn't seem to think he can.
Well, in their current position, he's doing this in front of 22,427 people. They've seen an excellent game.
So an emotional time here, Daryl. Here's another look at it.
The dive and the attempt to spoil from Mark Bickley.
Smash. Gee, that really wouldn't have done him any good at all. Here's the kick, though, as Grosser is still on the ground. It's a behind.
Greg Mellor just offline then.
Yes, and well, Leon's up, and he's going to get the applause from the crowd. Yes, there's Kevin Morris, who was pretty vocal there, and Grosser's okay. How, I don't know.
Well, he certainly won't take any risks, I'm sure, with Leon Grosser, who's been a very, very important pair of legs. He's a link man between the lines for the Red and Blacks. Bob Loveday's going out. I wouldn't be surprised if Leon Grosser has a spell.
Has 17 possessions for Leon Grosser. Page in defence. Searching for Whitford at grandstand centre wing. Spills wide. Here's Fitzsimmons. Nice skills by Shane Fitzsimmons. Up to half forward. Patterson unopposed. Now he's got to play it loose in Blythe on the far side. He may look direct. Lead provided by Modra. He's in front. Fist clear. Here's Simon Quinn. Clearing kick from defence. Out the back. Chance here for Simpson. Lost his footing. Almost a throw by Bennett. And it's been seen that way by umpire Harrison.
Yes, Harrison perfectly placed. Just too hard now. The West box is talking about Leon Grosser. They don't want to take risks.
Hogg to centre wing. Mickett in front. Out the back. Chance here for McKinnon. Protected well by the Shepherd. Awkward kick to half forward. Crashing the pack there was Barch. And it spills out of play. So left half forward West leads 16-15 to South 12-11.
That last goal to Modra, taking the real pressure off the Red and Blacks.
Barch in front. Won it down. Mellor, gee, caught one a little high there. The umpire doesn't agree. And he'll throw it in again as it went over the line. Well, as we mentioned, the West Adelaide bench is certainly interested in the welfare of Leon Grosser. They've been out to him a few times through the runner Bob Loveday, but Leon's still on the field, so he appears to be okay. Mellor caught one high that time. That was pretty obvious.
Well, South have to play desperate football. They've got to just try and retain and then get control of the ball. Mellor with the ball, attacking the goals, was slung high.
Yeah, Whitford just getting a little excited there. So the 19-year-old who's kicked 9 goals, 3 up until today in this final round series.
And Mark, the freeze going 25 to West, 14 to South. The ball has been with West Adelaide.
Here's Mellor, drop punt, pretty good angle there from the camera. Straight through the middle, another one. 5 goals to Mellor. It's 17-15 to 12-11, and the match is now slipping away as far as South Adelaide is concerned.
Yes, 4 goals to 2 in the final term, having trailed by 21 points at three-quarter time. South have given it everything, but their desperation has led to tackles. A couple of throws have been picked up, high tackles to Mellor and to Grosser.
What a second half by Greg Mellor. 4 goals in the second half. And that's 14 now for the major round series for Mellor. Hewitt from centre field. Nailey can't trap it on the half volley. Troy, good hand pass, sets up his captain and Bennett. Around the body to full forward. Heath in front, and he takes a face-saving mark.
Well, he's marked strongly in the second half. opposed to Goss, used his body, stayed in front.
He's kicked one, Daryl Heath. Sixth kick coming up, and he's hooked it slightly. He's hit the post. Well, that's a snap goal for a full forward, but he's a ruckman. Resting in attack. South moved to 12-12. West 17-15.
Yes, not a natural full forward there because McIntyre has been doing a very good job on Micken. So to balance the side, Heath to full forward.
33 points in it. Goss elects to go to the far side. Long one. Micken. Strong hands. McIntyre behind him. Carlson up to right half forward. Grosser! Well, only moments ago he was flat on his back, or in fact on his front, wasn't he, Darryl? And we thought that he wasn't going to take any further part, and he's up like a gazelle there.
Mark, I well remember 1983, the premiership to the Red and Blacks. Grosser best on ground, in my opinion.
And another grand final looming for West Adelaide. They lead by 33 points. Beautifully taken off hands by Cameron. Left boot to half forward. Troy behind. In front was Morris. Chance here for Schumann. Sweeping hand pass. Now Goss needs a six. He'd have to be close to best on ground, Glenn Goss. We'll get Daryl Hicks's opinion shortly as Miller was pushed out. And Daryl, your thoughts?
Well, you would be very close to right there. I'm also Andrew Brockhurst, the other end fullback, has been perhaps best for South. So last line of defence important.
Miller from grandstand centre wing pops it up to Byrne at half forward. Strong hands by Simon Byrne. Gee, he's lifted in the second half. He's done some very strong things in attack. Centering kick. Barch through his fingers. Modra. Kick was partially smothered. Grosser in the pocket. Has to stop and wait. Tackled well by Brockhurst. Was it forced out? The free kick's been picked out. And Andrew Brockhurst in the back pocket.
I think he'll take it for sure. Couple of bounces. Unchecked. It's a bit poor by West Adelaide. Cameron. Back he goes to Brockhurst. Now Kapler. They gained about 60 metres with that little sortie. Long one. Trevina almost. Simpson. Bennett. Naley. Cheeky little hand pass. He's about to be run down. Not his best game today. Page. Steckel. Bennett. From about 50 metres out has a snapshot. It's way offline. Goss getting back. Couldn't control it. Out of bounds. Left forward pocket. 17-15 to 12-12. Has time run out, Daryl Hicks?
Yes, can't see the Panthers getting up from here, and it's very much Mark Micken's game now. Although not the brilliant marks, he's been very solid in this last term, making sure that West dictate the play.
Certainly been the architect. Snapped by Trevina. High, wide and handsome. Under pressure. So out of play on the full. Interested spectators. Good crowd of over 22,000. 22,427 for this prelim final. And really looking ahead to next week at the 22-minute mark, we can see West forcing the South supporters home. Clearing kick from defence. Loose ball. Chance here for Bickley. Here's Winton. He's done some strong things. Naley bobbing and weaving. Kicks around the body to 50. Hogg in defence. Hand pass effective. Over towards Morris, who was under pressure. Here's Bennett on the overlap. Page runs to 30 metres, steadies and puts it through. Paul Page. So good goal at the 22-minute mark. He boots his first. South get their 13th.
Courage from Page. South keeping the head down. Their little men having a go. Bennett's been high on their best players. Page time to balance. Just snuck it inside that left-hand post. And one of South's best players for the season. His first goal today.
27 points the margin now. 117 to 90. 17-15 to 13-12. 22 3/4 minutes. Last quarter of the prelim final. Oh, Leon Grosser. Fresh air shot. Then ran into an opponent. High kick up towards centre half forward. Steckel. Cameron went without the footy. Byrne is there. Hustling and bustling. He's in again. Over Battens. Cameron. Trevina ducked the head and out of business.
Good umpiring decision. Trevina not able to evade the opponent.
Sean Blythe doing some pretty good work there. Earns the free kick up towards centre half forward. Mellor had a couple of hands to it, but couldn't complete the mark. The ball kicked up to right half forward. Here's Bennett, sits okay for him, and the South skippers away. Steckel from about 50 metres. Now he could kick this. No, he goes infield. Page, 35 out, slight angle, goes in short. They'll get a goal out of this. Heath directly in front. 23.5 minutes last quarter, bangs it through. 14-12 to 17-15. It's 96 to 117, and Heath gets his second.
Well, they're certainly playing on as quickly as they can. About a minute away from time on. David Steckel, a brilliant game at centre half forward. Paul Page lifted the eyes, saw Daryl Heath. Goss late on the scene, and at least the game is being fought out. 21 points, which was the third quarter margin.
Well, West have played some pretty tough footy in the final series, and has time run out for South Adelaide. 21 points the margin, 24 minutes, so we'll assume about 5 minutes of footy left. Hewitt knocked forward on the outer side wing. Chance here for Winton. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Whitford in front, and he earns the free kick. Michael Whitford, a stint on the bench in his final term. Bickley takes the mark out wide. Plays on quickly. Run provided by Quinn. South streamed through the outer side centre wing. In front was Trevina with desperation, forcing his way through Steckel, but the ball pinned to him and a bounce to occur.
Good defence, stood their ground, took David Steckel to ground and forced the bounce down.
So centre half forward for the Panthers. Bounce by umpire Argent. One down by Barch. Chance for Cameron. Now the pack develops. Hogg. Tap forward. Here's Carlson. Support from Fitzsimmons. Needs a sit with Trevina bearing down. Good skills by Shane Fitzsimmons. McKinnon onto Banfield. He did that pretty well in the end, Peter Banfield. Up and under kick to half forward. Outstorms Patterson. Whitford in defence. Shovels it back towards Brockhurst. In turn, Whitford. And the Panthers clear. To left half forward. Bennett. Hogg spilt the mark. Loose ball there for the taking. Through Storms Banners. Concedes ground back to McIntyre. He's got a player loose at half forward in Steckel. And he takes the mark 70 metres out. Centering kick by David Steckel. In good position is Page. Off hands. Chance for Paul Page in the pocket, but Schumann concedes the behind. That was a crucial bit of play there for South.
Dean Schumann, cut left eye. The West Adelaide supporter breathes a sigh of relief as that ball's forced through. The Panthers certainly fighting this one out.
117 to 97, 20 points. Goss has got the footy. Little short one. I'll take a bit of time here, I'd imagine. Simpson came back into the side after serving a one-match suspension. His 8th kick coming up. Long kick, centre wing. Almost the mark to Bickley. Hewitt. Banfield, who's doing some pretty good things now. That was very good. Carlson from right half forward, but it was 2 against 1 against Micken, and McGregor Grummett has it.
So Grummett is at a 50, brings him ahead of centre now.
John Reid, the inevitable awaits him.
And that's a very sour look on John Reid's face. Dominant force in the minor round series, but a spent force in the major round. McIntyre runs to 45 metres, straightens the body and puts it through. So South Adelaide finishing well, but it could be all too late. The Panthers 15-13, West 17-15. McIntyre kicks his first.
Certainly high on their best list. Went into the centre as a ruckman to try and nullify Mark Micken. And that desperation of a big man as he penetrated for a goal, his first, was really good stuff. Never say die effort from Peter McIntyre.
Well, there's been 9 goals kicked in this last quarter, so there's perhaps another 2 or 3 minutes left. It's 117 to 103. 14 points in it. There may well be time, but Fitzsimmons, Leon Grosser, can he make a hero of himself? Drop punts for goal and has missed to the right, but a score is okay. A score is okay. It's down the northern end of the ground, and that's what counts as far as West Adelaide is concerned.
15-point margin. Modra opposed there to Brockhurst. Brockhurst, good persistent work by Andrew Brockhurst. Little soccer off the ground effective. Blythe overran the footy. The pack develops. And umpire Argent across to affect the bounce.
Well, two different attitudes here. West want to control the ball, play to the line. South want to attack down the centre and run.
So the clock works its way to the 29-minute mark of this final term. The fist from Blythe. Cruel bounce there for Page. Ends up with Carlson blistering pace off his centre wing. Steps it into full forward. Micken. Mark wasn't paid. Quinn under pressure. Likewise, Whitford intercepted beautifully by Patterson. Micken bobbing and weaving. 30 metres out. Standing start. Way offline. So 29 minutes in the final term. And it's West Adelaide by 15 points.
But across that full forward line, he's a player to be feared. Almost took the mark.
Dillon from the back pocket. 2 against 1. Modra's got it. Gee, we've seen him do some big things in this quarter since coming off, or after coming off. Short passes on, looking for someone up forward. Mellor was the target. In trouble, Battens, in a lot of trouble. And West Adelaide keep it in the area. That's all they have to do. South Adelaide fans have left. I'd say all of the West Adelaide fans have stayed. 15 points in it. 17-16 to 15-13. And we've played 30 minutes. Last quarter, the winner to face North Adelaide next week in the grand final. McKinnon, and McKinnon makes it through.
Robert McKinnon struggled for form last week, kept the pressure on in this preliminary final, and was available when Mark Micken tapped that ball out. The ball fisted forward, I think, from Fitzsimmons, and McKinnon, a trusty goal at the 30-minute mark for the Red and Blacks.
And in doing so, he sealed the issue. 18-16 to 15-13. 21 points the margin. 31 minutes in the final term. It'll be a West-North grand final. Cameron up to half forward. Bennett in front. And he's been a grand player, Michael Bennett. His 15th kick stabs it in short, and David Steckel. So he'll shoot from right on 50, or just outside 50 as it turns out. Penetrating kick into the pocket. The defensive mark taken by Goss. And Glenn Goss's stats read very interesting. 19 marks and 10 kicks. So a great game for Glenn Goss. In attack still for South Adelaide. Chance here for Banfield. Good second half by Peter Banfield, and it spills out of play.
Playing to the line, going for safety. Happy to hear the clock tick down. West desperate.
21 points, West Adelaide's lead, facing next week's grand final, fair and square in the face. Banfield, who was held in the first part of the game, first 2 quarters, but he's broken loose in this second half. West Adelaide supporter, I would think. 18-16 to 15-13, 32 minutes last quarter. Micken in front. Big thump by Schumann. Gains about 30 metres. And it's out of bounds. Mellor, who's done so well today, kicked 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 1 in the last quarter. Throw in, left half forward. Barch won it. Troy over the head of Bennett. No, he's got it. Not quite. Hogg stole it from him. Kicks into the centre. Little Leon Grosser got a hand to it, could not hang on. Now Kapler from the centre. Little chip pass. 2 South Adelaide players go up. One of them was Steckel. Trevina, hand pass more in hope than anything. Schumann away from the danger zone.
Here's Patterson at half forward. Well, the intention was there, but the delivery wasn't from Paul Patterson. But really doesn't affect the outcome, because a great win to West Adelaide in the prelim final. A very happy coach, Kevin Morris. There's the skipper, Leon Grosser, who showed great courage. The hierarchy commend the efforts of Kevin Morris. So a West-North grand final, and West Adelaide winners in the prelim as Grosser hobbles off. The Bloods home by 21 points. 18-16 to South 15-13.